Hi, welcome to Jøtul. My name's Ames. In response to our most recent stop shipment regarding the GF500 DV standing pilot, I'm going to take you through some setup procedures. Let us begin. One of the first critical things is to make sure that you always remove the heavy cast iron filler piece from the top of the firebox, as well as the mist kit, before you try to remove the log set. You don't want those heavy components to fall onto the burner and damage it. So to remove the log set, we're going to carefully lift up and pull forward, trying not to drag this across the burner surface. We don't want to create any debris on the burner. We want to inspect the burner, that it made it through shipment, meaning that there's no debris or apparent white spots on the burner, that during shipping chafing was happening or any damage. It's very important. Another critical inspection is the burner condition in the pilot area. You can see that some debris has occurred or some damage during shipping. These little pieces. You want to make sure that there's no debris in these round holes, these round pilot ports, where the pilot engages the burner and the carryover happens to the main burner. If for any reason you see white residue or white chunks in any of these round holes, please follow the most recent technical bulletin we sent out on how to clean a ceramic burner. Now that our visual inspection of the burner ports is complete, we're going to move on to setting up the unit for natural gas. If you are setting up for natural gas, all that's left to do is install the log set, bring gas to the unit, and do the initial test fire. Obviously, if you're doing a fuel conversion, converting the unit to LP, there's some more critical steps that you need to pay attention to. Some of the critical steps when doing an LP fuel conversion for the GF500 is safely removing the burner. I've already removed the two sheet metal screws from either side of the burner, so now it's free to move. I'm now going to grab the center of the burner and I'm going to twist gently, removing the burner out of the firebox without chipping or damaging it. Grabbing from the center, pulling slightly forward and lifting up. I'm going to look for my air shutters down below. Both my air shutter washer and wing nuts have been removed to allow these to come up out of the firebox. So now with those up out of the slots, you're gently going to lift up, twist forward, and begin removal of the burner from the firebox. Now that the burner is safely removed from the appliance, you're going to continue with your LP conversion, making sure that you have the correct orifice on your left injector as well as your right injector. The orifice sizes are listed on pages 18 and 19 of your installation manual. You're also going to want to make sure that you've done your LP conversion on your pilot. And most importantly, do not forget to remove the baffle wings from behind this baffle. The baffle needs to be lowered for this product. There's two M6 bolts on the top of the baffle. Lower the baffle, snap off those wings from the baffle, also referenced on page 19. You want to make sure that you're not offering added restriction to this firebox when it's not necessary. LP conversion requires the removal of those two wings for safe operation of this appliance. LP conversion is nearly complete. Now we're going to carefully reinstall the burner into the firebox. Carefully tipping the burner, making sure not to bump the burner on the firebox or the front plate. Carefully twist it into the firebox. And you can notice I'm holding the shutters with my left hand and I'm holding the burner through the center hole. Now I can drop the air shutters down to the bottom of the firebox, locate them into their slots before dropping the burner. Now having the burner as far forward as possible, I'm going to rest the front feet of the burner onto the bottom of the firebox. The critical part of this installation is when the burner is trying to locate onto the orifice hoods. When I'm locating the burner on the orifice hoods, I want to make sure that I'm not jamming the rear of the burner into the pilot assembly. This can cause debris to form in the pilot assembly. So carefully lifting the back of the burner, I'm searching for the orifices till I can feel the burner positively locate on both. There it is, drop the front. The location of the burner, those two sheet metal screws can now go back. I can't stress how important it is to make sure that you re-inspect the pilot after installation of the burner. It's very important that the burner did not come in contact with the pilot during the installation, therefore depositing debris inside of this pilot port. Moving forward, Jøtul North America has redesigned the pilot shield to prevent the burner from ever hitting the pilot pop top. Units in the field that are currently in operation are fine as long as they were installed in a way that didn't produce any debris by the pilot. All the units coming from Jøtul will now have this new part preventing any debris from entering the pilot. The part number for this pilot shield is 226731. Please call Jøtul North America for any units that you might have in your warehouse that can be retrofitted with this part. Now that the burner is installed, we can replace the shelves on either side of the burner, both sides. And the ember stones that come with the log set for the GF500 are not to be placed on the center of the burner or anywhere on the ceramic burner. They're to be used on those shelves to fill to the height of the burner for aesthetic purposes only. If you purchase a brick panel set, you can disregard the embers. Now that the unit has gas to it, we're going to go ahead and test fire the unit. A best practice for all Jøtul appliances is to make sure the front glass is removed from the product before you light the pilot for the very first time. So for this product, I can't see the pilot. It's buried deep in the right corner of the firebox. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the two right logs. Now that I can visually see the pilot, I'm going to go ahead and light it. And I can see that there's 3 robust flames as described in the manual. Roughly 1 inch long, blue in color, engulfing both the thermocouple and thermal pile. Now that the pilot is lit, we're going to cycle the main burner just to make sure that everything's working the way it should, to remove any residual air from the line. And everything lights as it should. 100% carryover. Now we're all set to continue with our installation and reinstall our glass panel for our next test firing. Now we're going to do the last part of the safety testing. You can see the glass is reinstalled into the unit. We're going to go ahead and put the burner switch on the back of the unit to on. Make sure there's no thermostats connected. We're going to control the appliance from the valve below. With the burner in the high position, turn the burner on. 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason I'm counting is if you ever experience a delay of more than 4 seconds where the pilot does not carry over to the burner, please shut off the gas, remove the front glass, aerate the firebox. Okay, you have a problem where your pilot is not carrying to your burner. If you visually can't tell where it's happening, please follow the technical bulletin on how to clean a ceramic burner. If you reinstall the burner after cleaning and that 4 seconds is still present, please call Jøtul Tech Department for a burner replacement. You have a problem with your burner. We're going to repeat the test with the burner set to the low position as well. This is very critical that the burner carry over on low. So we check the carryover. 1, 2, 3, all the ports are lit. Can't stress enough the 4 seconds. If the main burner hasn't come on in 4 seconds, please stop playing with the unit, remove the glass, you have an issue. Thank you so much.